Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And today we got two figures from the Star Wars series for you guys. These are from the Star Wars Black series. We've got Princess Leia Organa and Yoda. Now the Princess Leia we got here is from Return of the Jedi and Yoda is from Empire Strikes Back. But let's go ahead, let's take a look at the packaging real fast. As you can see, you got Princess Leia here in her costume. I can't remember the name of this guy. It is on the box, but it's hard to pronounce for me. So guys, is it Boushh? I don't know. You guys leave a comment in the comment section below. As you can see, I picked her up for $5.99 at my local Raw store. Now this is the same one that came out in the Black series in 2014. This is from the archive, so they reissued it. Which, like I tell you guys a lot, I'm not too thrilled about the reissues because when they first come out, you guys collect them and they go up pretty well in price, and then when they do the reissues, they go down a little bit. Hopefully this one won't affect the original too much because it is a different packaging. And we have Yoda here, which you can see this is a cool little picture of Yoda. On the side, you got a little Yoda figure, and he also comes with the little bag. And this one was $3.99 at my local Ross. He comes with that little backpack that he had in Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, that he was actually on the back of Luke Skywalker. Hopefully I'll be able to get a Luke Skywalker to pair these two up. I think it'll be really cool. Here are some of the other figures that are out in the vintage collection here. You got the Lego Mumbo Jumbo all the way at the bottom here, just like the Princess Leia figure. And that's that. So guys, let's go ahead. Get the camera focused. Alright, and let's go ahead. Let's get these guys out of the package and let's check out the figures. So get it here. Oh, don't look like I can rip it there. So let's go ahead. Pop it open here. As I'm not going to be saving these packages here. Let's go ahead, pull her out. And this is a really cool figure. I do like these new Star Wars figures. Let's go ahead, start pulling out some of the accessories here. Put them off to the side for right now. Let's see here. I believe this is a backpack. Let's go ahead and get the figure out, because I believe the thermal detonator is taped down. So we're going to have to peel some tape to get that out. Here we go. She's not really tied in, just pressured in, molded in actually. Now this is actually like, feels like a piece of like leather. This is a really good quality cape back here. It's not one of those cheap little pieces of material that you know that after a while tends to fray and just disappear. It probably is pleather, but it does feel really good compared to the other material that we normally get for the cloths on these guys. Well, let me go, because she is been on the shelves for a while, so I'm pretty sure all the joints are pretty stiff. Let me see if I can get her to stand. And same time, this is an older figure that's been in the plastic this whole time, so I don't really want to break anything. So it's going to take some time of working the joints to get it to work properly. But let me see if I can balance her somewhat so I can get her to stand on her own. That's not going to work. So let's go ahead. Let's get the rest of the stuff off the plastic here. And then we'll go back to the figure and deal with that here in a second. Get the tape off. There we go. And now let's see if we can get this out without bending it or messing it up. There we go. Let's get rid of the trash. Alright guys, now let's go ahead and get a closer look of the figure here. As you can see, nicely detailed. If my camera will focus, come on camera. Let's go. There we go. Looking a lot better. Let me see if I can adjust that. Get a better picture. Alright, I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. But this figure does have nice detail to it, as you can see all the way down it. She's got the gloves on, detail in the pants. As you can see the legs, you can tell the articulation there. This thing does have lots of articulation. It is a little stiff, so we're gonna have to be careful with it. I probably won't go all the way to the max on some of the articulation points, as I don't want to break the figure. I'm trying to figure out how to pose this cape part here. I don't know how she wore it in the movie. Like, I don't know if it came across the shoulder like this or what, but we're just gonna see it just leave it flap like that. Let's take a look at the back. As you can see here, you got the weapons belt on that she's got. You got the hole up there for the backpack piece that we got in the accessories. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, I think she has. Lots of articulation in the ankles as well. And the head sculpt is really nice. Now the articulation, as you can see, she can look up, she can look down, and she can look left to right. Now, like I said, I'm not going to push it too much because I don't want to snap the head off. But now when it comes to the arms, easily goes out 90 degrees there. And can rotate at the shoulder 360. And as you can see, she does do 90 degrees at the elbow. And I'm pretty sure she has an elbow pivot as well. And as you can see with the wrist, she does have a wrist tilt and a wrist rotation. Now let's see if she does have any abs, or well, she does have a little bit of an ab twist there. And it looks like she might have a little bit of a hip twist, not much, because it is kind of a hard rubber plastic at the bottom of the legs. Now this is going to be the part that's going to be a little bit difficult. She does have a thigh rotation on the legs, and she does have double jointed knees. You can't really get the legs too much, as opposed to that plastic there that's kind of restricting it. Hopefully, as I work the joints and everything, I'll be able to soften up that plastic and make it so it's easier to bend. But she can go all the way back at the knees right there. She does have thigh rotation at the top. She does have a ankle tilt here and an ankle twist, as you can see here. And she does have ankle tiltage up and down. Let me see, I got just try to get it so this way she'll be able to stand, hopefully. Like I said, I don't want to put too much pressure. But there she goes. She should be able to stand now. And that's the figure there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the accessories that come with her. Obviously, she gets this helmet here. Not really sure the name of it, but guys, if you know the name of it, leave a comment in the comment section below. Nicely detailed as well. And this one is not just a head that pops, you swap heads. This is an actual helmet that goes over a head, which I think is a pretty cool idea. So let's go ahead, plop the helmet on. There we go. So now she's got the helmet on, which completes the look. Now let's give her the backpack, which is this right here. It has some writing in the Star Wars language there on the side. Not really sure what it says, but I'm pretty sure someone out there knows it. If you do, once again, leave it in the comment section so we can all know. Let's go ahead and mount that on her back right there. There we go. Now, the thermonuclear detonator is what she used to threaten Jabba the Hutt. It has a hole in the back here. Now, what I'm going to try to do to make sure I don't lose it, I'm going to use her thumb to try to see if I can put her thumb in the hole to try to hold the thermonuclear, so it makes it look like she's holding it, but it's nice and secure on the hand so it doesn't fall off and lose it somewhere, because this thing is so small that once it falls, if it falls into the carpet here in my office, it's gone for good. Either the dogs are going to get it or the vacuum will. So either I might put it on display, or I might just bag it and put it in the little display drawer with all the other accessories so I don't lose it for later on. But there, let's have her holding it for right now. And of course the staff, not sure which way she's supposed to hold this, but we'll put the heavy part on the bottom, as I think that might be the way they intended it to be. I would have to actually check the movie again to see how she carried it, but it's been a while since I actually watched Return of the Jedi. So let's go ahead, pose her up like this. There we go. Now that is Princess Leia Organa in her disguise that she used in Return of the Jedi to try to rescue Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt. But let's go ahead, guys, let's move her out of the way. And let's go ahead and let's take a quick look at the Yoda figure. Put her up there. Now we got the Yoda here. We already looked at the packaging, so all we gotta do is just rip them out. Ain't much to the Yoda figure. He does have this little backpack here, which once again in the Empire Strikes Back, this is what he was strapped to Luke Skywalker's back, which I think is a pretty cool little accessory they added onto it so you can actually attach him to the Luke Skywalker figure. Now let's go ahead and get Yoda here. Now this is supposed to be the scale with all the other Black Series figures. I think this Yoda might be a little bit smaller than what they intended Yoda to be in the movie, because he does seem a little smaller, and I'll show you, because everything's supposed to be the scale. Each of these figures are supposed to be scaled to each other, so hopefully we'll get to see how he scales up to my R2-D2, because I actually had the R2-D2 from Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars. So we'll get the Empire Strikes Back one out, and we'll scale him to that, and we'll scale him to a couple of other figures as well. But here is the Yoda. Hopefully the camera will focus on this little guy here. See, now the head sculpt is pretty nice. I like the head sculpt there. I like the way the ears and everything. Then they got the hair piece on the back. They got the cloth rag on him. And then he's got his utility belt. He's got his chain there as well around his neck. Now let's take a look underneath. We never saw his clothing underneath in Empire Strikes Back, but in the prequels, he actually had a brown uniform on underneath, and it looks like that's what he's got under here. But let's go ahead and give him his cane. Get his hand position right. There goes the cane. It looks like it's set up for the cane already. Let me get that in there. There we go. So there we go. We got Yoda with his cane right there. And if I ever get the Skywalker figure, we got the backpack here that we can strap to the back, and we can actually stick Yoda in so he can do his Jedi training, which I think is pretty cool. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I had a cough there, sorry about that. But here we go. This is Yoda in the backpack. I think it looks better with his hands out. Yeah, we're gonna, if we get the Skywalker figure, we'll put him with his hands out. I think it'll look a lot better that way. But that's it for Yoda right there with the backpack. Very simple, very small figure. I guess that's why he was $3.99 as opposed to the $5.99 for Princess Leia. Let me go ahead and get his hand set up. Let me get his cane back in there. Because Yoda does look good when he has his cane in his hand. There we go. Now, as you guys know, I do have a couple of other Star Wars figures. I do have the 12 early editions in the Black Series of these Star Wars characters. So let's go ahead. Let me go to the shelf real fast. Let me pull out Chewbacca and bring him over here. Now, I'm not sure if Chewbacca ever came with cuffs or anything, because there's 2 times in the movie series that he actually has cuffs, 1 in Star Wars and 2 in Return of the Jedi. And I'll have to go through my accessory bin to see if he ever came with them. Not 100% sure. And I also have this 3/4 inch version of Princess Leia in the costume here, which once again, this is the reissued. This is not the very first ones that came out. This came out, I think, 2005, if not later. And this one is really cool. As you can see, nice and detailed, just like the larger figure. You can actually take the helmet off, and the head is somewhat painted and detailed in the same way as the large one. Or though you could say the large one is in detail of the smaller one, because as opposed, this one did come first. But nicely done for a 3.5 inch figure, or 3/4 inch, 3 3/4. I think this figure is. But it has all the accessories except that the thermal detonator is permanently in the hand. Let's see if we can get this one to stand up. Let's see. This one doesn't have much of a grip on the hand, so we'll just leave the leg alone. Put it stand up like that, and there we have it, guys. These are the 2 figures I got: Princess Leia Organa and the Return of the Jedi's Disguise, and from Empire Strikes Back, Yoda. And guys, this has run a little bit long, but I think this is where we're gonna end the video for today. Alright guys, so that's about wraps it up for another episode of Toy Collector Review. Now when it comes to the Star Wars Black Series, Return of the Jedi, Princess Leia Organa, and Empire Strikes Back Yoda, are these guys worth entering into your collection? I do believe so. The Black Series are some really nicely detailed figures. If you guys are collecting anything from the McFarlane or a lot of the other places, they got lots of detailed figures, and you're a Star Wars fan, you definitely got to get this Black Series. It's pretty much the same articulation, same attention to detail, and of course there's Star Wars characters, which everybody who collects Star Wars should know. Black Series is one of the coolest series that they got going out now, and I love it, and I'm trying to get as many as I can of all my favorite characters from the movies that I known and grew up with and loved. So hopefully I'll get a couple more and we'll bring them onto the channel. But guys, we come to that point in the video where if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a member of this channel, hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I put out a new video, and share these videos on all your social media platforms. And guys, do me a favor and smash that like button, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. And if there's anything in particular you would like to see on this channel, go ahead and hit me in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get that out there for you guys. Once again, I'm Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.